Okay, hey guys, MRG back with episode 8 of my Bloodborne Let's Play. In the last episode, we pretty much completed the Lane of Himric area. We killed the Witches of Himric and explored the whole section. In this episode, we are going to go to Old Yharnam, but before that, I want to show you like a really big grinding method I like doing to get a few levels. It involves killing these three ladies. For those who are wondering, should have said this a moment ago, but I totally forgot. This is the Witch's Abode Lantern. This is what you get after you beat the Witches of Himric. So this is where you go. Head up here and kill those three ladies. This executioner from a little bit down this path will show up and kill him. He'll drop his blood echoes. This guy hides out over here next to that chest, but when he realizes that you're showing up through that door, he'll run up and hit you. But yeah, down here are two more executioners. You can easily fight these guys one on one, so you don't have to worry about getting ganked. Gank is just like getting comboed or getting a gank fight is basically a fight between you and more than one enemy. Typically 3 enemies. An example of this is the Veiled Gargoyles from Dark Souls, and then the Mantis Lords from Hollow Knight. Which an enemy I actually was talking about a moment ago. Can I... These guys are super easy to stagger, yet impossible for me. Because it's, you know, me playing. Yeah, do your little Beyblade of shit. Yep. I'm done doing that attack. It never works. I can never stagger these enemies. It's just... It used to work perfectly fine for me, but now it's... Nope. Oh, look at that, it worked. And that's pretty much it. You just kill those 3 executioners and those 3 grave women. That's what their names are, but I like calling them grave keepers just because it's easier to say. And then rinse and repeat. You could use Bolt Hunter's Mark to go back and just do it multiple times. I'm not gonna do it again on screen, so I just want to show you guys on screen just once. You don't have to deal with the hunter dogs either. There's hunter dogs down there that can be a pain in the ass to fight, but they do not aggro on you unless if you get really close to them. I wanted to do this real quick because I was actually really close to one more level up. I spent a little bit of money on another level on Vitality, and I want to get one more level up before the Old Yharnam because that area could be a little bit challenging. Get that baby up to 25. Plus, that area, those executioners, that's an excellent source for blood vials. Plus, you can get some blood gems sometimes, so it's a really good way to grind. So I'm going to buy... Probably, I don't need antidotes at all, so that's actually... I'll buy 5 of these because there's an upcoming boss that will have a poison effect, and then I'll buy 4 of these. I like having those for grinding. And we're good. Heading to Old Yharnam now. At last. I like these long loading screens because that gives me time to check my messages. This town is long abandoned, hunters not wanted here. I'd never... This is not going to stop me because I can't read. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. So down here is, I think, Wandering Nightmare, yes. Gotcha, bitch. Okay. Grab that. There's an item we missed up there, but I'll grab that a little bit in a minute. Drop down here. Drop down here, and then I believe we encounter new enemies, which are... I'll check the names in a second. They're pretty easy to kill. Thank you for sneaking up on me when I was looking away for a half second. They are called Beast Patients. They're all really weak. Hunter's Torch. Difference between the Hunter's Torch and a regular torch is the Hunter Torch actually does more damage. It is twice as strong. I'll show you guys, actually. So as you can see, it does 50 instead of 25. Pretty good, but I don't really care for it. Also, it has a really good arcane scaling, so if you are doing an arcane build, that's going to do some really solid damage. So pretty cool to have. I want to say you could jump down there, but I don't want to... Yeah, you can. This is safe. For a second there, I was like, is it? This is a shortcut for later. We'll get that probably next episode. Climb up here. I'm going to get that item, probably Bold Hunter Mark, just so I don't have to go through that whole section again. That's just going to waste like 2 or 3 minutes. Sorry. I clicked on the right side of the thing, it opened the Jester. I clicked on the left side, it opened the Jester. I didn't click the left side. Sorry, I'm complaining about stupid shit. This is like a dumb nitpick of mine. So yeah, on the PS4 pad, this thing, left side, which is this side for me, that opens the Jesters, and then the other side, by clicking it, opens up the personal effects. Which, for the personal effects, I usually have the hand lantern and the bold hunter marks on that, so I don't accidentally use those if I don't when I don't want to. Reason why I bold hunter marked is because I couldn't get back up that, and I didn't want to go all the way around again since we already showed that once, and I didn't really want to do that again. So.
Hunter, didn't you see the warning? Turn back at once. Old Yharnam, burned and abandoned by men, is now home only to beasts. They are of no harm to us. Turn back, or the hunter will face the hunt.
Don't pay attention to that guy. Okay, so... Jeez, it's really dusty outside right now. What the fuck? Is that a fire? I hope there's not a fire at my neighbor's house because that's a lot of dust. It's not like black smoke, but like... whatever's happening, god damn. These are the beast patients, the ones without the cloaks. I honestly don't know if the other ones have a different name. But I don't think they do. So they're just beast patients. That being said, there are male and female, so maybe the ones with the cloaks are the female ones. I just never really noticed the difference. I think that's right, because the female ones tend to have more HP, and those ones with the cloaks do. So, my god, if that dust turns to black ash, I'm gonna start calling 911 because that means there's a fire. These guys can sneak up on you. They kind of just hide around. There's another one right there, so they kind of hide with the statues. This area isn't long. It's a little bit challenging, though, for a mechanic that will be evident in a moment. So yeah, those are the female ones. The male are the ones without the cloaks. So the guy that just talked, his name is Djura or Djura. I think the D is silent in it. He is a NPC that is hostile, but if you avoid this area and come back after beating a certain boss, he's actually going to be He's going to be a good guy and will give you a jester and a hunter badge. You can get the hunter badge at any point, but for the jester, if you continue on and don't kill that boss and just head straight to him, like you'll miss out on it. He's on top of this clock tower right there, which we're going to be heading towards. And the mechanic I'm talking about is I think we have to get a little closer before it happens. But pretty much this area is kind of a puzzle area because of what Djura is going to be doing. Right here, big guy. Yeah, so he's going to be shooting his Gatling gun at you. You use these statues as a shield. They do a lot of damage, so don't even bother getting close to it. Like, you're going to get one shot if you stay in the path. But it has like a few second cooldown, so you can move around, and there's a lot of areas you can hide, so it's not challenging, it's just annoying, really. And this area also has a weapon that I might be testing out a little bit because of it being both skill and blood tinge based. I don't think I'm going to be using it personally for the playthrough, but okay. I just like how my character turned around and was like, I'll grab this. But the weapon's a little bit later in the area. It's probably going to be like next episode when I get it. But yeah, this area is not really long. It's pretty easy to get to Djura. Having a little trouble there, big guy? Explosive barrels, be very careful. So, Djura is actually one of the few hunters in the game that are actually sane, and the reason why he's attacking you is because he's trying to protect the people who are basically killing. Because he knows for a fact that the beasts we've been killing are actually people, and he's been trying to save them this whole time. There's a lot of good lore that I want to get into, but I'll save it for a little bit later. There's not a lot of enemies. The only enemies in this section, Old Yharnam, are the beast patients. There's some scourge beast a little bit later, and those crows. I think those are like the only ones in this section too, so we don't have to worry about that. All around, they're not a big deal. Take a hard left right here and kill these guys because they will sneak up behind you and kick your butt. And this door is one of these guys. I think that, yeah, that's this one's a little bit different. It's called an Ashen Beast, Ashen Patient, but I like calling Ashen Beasts because it's just easier to say. If I'm not mistaken, those are the ones that if they cry out, they could actually buff the other enemies around them, so be very careful and always kill those usually first. This, he could hit you from up here. The trees right here are your safe point. The Ashen Beasts are usually bigger, about the same size as Scourge Beasts, so this isn't an Ashen, this is one of the regular cloaked ones. These guys are just one-note enemies, like, they strike and that's their only attack. They strike following you, that's it. Stand by this. I don't think there's any more guys. Nope. Okay, we're good. You know, what's funny is we're pretty much almost done with the main section, the main bulk of this area. Like, that's kind of funny. Because the clock tower is right there. That's where we're going, where Djura is. But before that, there's an NPC, another hunter, that we're going to have to contend with. Djura can't hit you here, but there's another hunter up there. This hunter has 1,000 HP. So what he's trying to do is baiting you into that courtyard. If you do, you can actually get pretty much one-shot by Djura, so don't do that. I'm gonna call him Djura for now on, just because it's a lot easier to say. This guy's a little bit easy to cheese. Like, he's trying to get you to go in the courtyard, but you don't have to go in there. He'll go this way. When he does, yeah, as you can see, he's trying to bait you. Don't follow him. Just watch him, and then when he comes up towards you, you're gonna strike him, back off, and rinse and repeat for a few minutes. This guy doesn't respawn, so once he's dead, he's dead. All, like, hunter enemies don't respawn. They're one-time enemies. Yeah, you're a man of great taste there. This enemy's name is basically just Djura's ally. No specific name. He's in the same hunter group as Djura, so that's why he's like a ally. The powder keg hunters. They tend to use more explosive-based weaponry, like Gatling guns and stuff. So this fight could take a little while, but this episode's is pretty short, so... Sorry, I was looking away for a minute. One hit away! Come on! But it's worth doing this because, again, like, that area is just great. Really? 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 Okay. More time waste. And you even fucking healed. Done. You have to get, like, directly in the center to really get affected by Djura. Bone Marrow Ash. So yeah, now he's dead. We're good. So there's a few things you could do. You could go into this area, but there's a lot of enemies there, including one up there that can ambush you. Or what I'm going to do is climb up this ladder. So first, I want to fight Djura. Djura is a tough NPC, but there is a pretty easy way. Kind of a middle of the road way, I guess, where you could cheese him. Which, this isn't like a serious Let's Play. I mean, it kind of is, but I'm gonna cheese him because that's really the only way you can really... Well, I guess I could beat him now, but... Either way, what happens, happens. So, if you kill him, you're gonna miss out on a Jester, but the Jester isn't really needed for any trophies or anything like that, so it's not really important. And you get a really good access to some good weapons if you kill him. So the main strategy is trying to get him close to the edge and knocking him off. But that doesn't seem to be working, so... Come on, you're so close to the edge. Go down. Can I heal? Can I heal? I'm dead. I'm definitely dead. Oh shit, I'm alive. I don't know where he is. Okay.
Remember one thing.
I can't believe I actually beat him legitimately.
You're not hunting beasts.
Okay, So he's dead. This Gatling gun's going to do nothing. Sometimes when he gets really close to the edge, he's going to screw up and fall off. When he does, you won't get the powder cake badge immediately. What you need to do is reset and come back up here, and it's going to be waiting for you. The gesture you miss off on is basically, I think he just brushes his shoulder, like dusting off. It's kind of neat, but all around not really worth it. I just like killing him right away, just so I could run through this area freely again. So now you don't have to worry about that Gatling gun on top. Really, he's not really needed for any kind of completion. His quest is fun. I'll talk more about it once we get more into... Like, once we beat a certain boss, it's when you get that gesture. So in this cathedral area, hit this section, it kind of seems like random, but when you do, it lights that section in the middle on fire, and that's useful because these beast enemies are really stupid, and there's a fun little thing I like doing sometimes where I equip the pungent blood cocktails. And I can't really do it right here, but we'll do it in a moment. I'm just gonna heal one more time. I'm surprised I beat him. Like I thought I was dead when he was gonna shove his weapon in me. I know, really gross way of putting it, but you get the point. So there's a few items here, right there. There's one right there. You can't really get them all at once, so I'm gonna be getting these two. That crying is a buff. What you can do is, and if you just angle it very correctly, a little bit, if you angle it right, you could throw a pungent blood cocktail down there into the fire. Or whiff completely. Sorry, I thought I was going to go off the edge, so that's why I kind of de-angled myself. What that's going to do is... Let's do it again, maybe a little bit closer. Some of the enemies are going to go for it because that's what that item does, and they're going to burn, but it usually works when there's more enemies. So that item right there is a little tough to get. You're going to have to do it like a funky jump, which I'm going to be doing right now. What I like doing is starting from right here, running, and then right at the last second, turn, and then double tap circle to jump. It works, I'd say, about 80% of the time. Sometimes you're going to screw up, but if you do, just... be careful. I guess really this is a better spot to do that. Whoa! No. I meant to click square. Come on, buddy. A little bit closer. My heart's kind of beating for some reason. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna Bolt Hunter Mark. We killed Djura, so it's just gonna be a quick run through of the area. That's not a big deal. I don't want to fall down because I don't want to take fall damage or get screwed by multiple of those dudes, especially buffed. Once you start that fire in the center of the church, that does not go out for whatever reason. Like, it's permanent. It will hurt you too if you go into that. I just hope I don't miss the hunting. I'm not sure if I do. So it should be a really quick run through. A lot of these enemies are just... You don't really need to fight them. They just kind of mind their own business after a few moments. Coming through. I would recommend killing the Ashen guys though, because they could buff the enemies, and that's just not something you want to deal with. Those crows literally do nothing. They just sit there and hang out. This area does give a lot of blood echoes, but it's not really worth grinding. I would just recommend using those executions. They're a lot better to use as blood echo fodder. I guess that's not the right word. Fodder? Someone burned. Someone is being a dick. These guys climb ladders, so yeah, gonna have to deal with that now. They only take 2 hits to die. Plus, I can knock them off the edge, so use this time to heal up. Let's just move on. If they follow us, they follow us. I'll kill them. That guy went for the bait. If you're really lucky, you get most of them in the fire, and it's just hilarious watching them all go for the same thing, just burning. Like this. Yeah. So when their eyes glow red, that means they're buffed. They're a little dangerous, but it's not a bad. It's not bad. It's not a bad. Excuse me, but I'm busy. There's another guy up these steps. There's somewhere right here. There they are. I wasn't insane after all. No. Sorry. Boop. Whoa! Okay, that's new. I guess I'd rather have that happen than missing by a few inches like the Cleric Beast. I hate when that happens. Just like... I don't have the money to buy these. No. Motherfucker. Okay. So up here is the hallway with all these enemies. The reason why I like going the other way more is just less chances of being ambushed, and you get those items up there, so it's very worth your time. Excuse me. Puts you right here. We're not doing any boss battles this episode. We're kind of close to a boss, but like that's just the boss I want to do for next episode. Plus, there's like a section I have to go through for that. Carefully grab these. This I think I can grab just fine. Yep. Right here. And I think we grabbed the one right here, didn't we? I think there's something that's usually right there, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we did. We grabbed it. I guess I was wrong about the throws being only in that one corner. Yeah, these enemies are kind of forgettable, to be honest, so it's easy to forget that they're there, you know? Climb up this, and this should put us right near the ladder up to where Djura was. There's a courtyard area we need to go to, and then like another section with some collectibles. I'm gonna do that this episode just to get it out of the way. Very small area. we're going right over there. But first I want to go... I believe it's down here. There will be these guys waiting for you. That way is just a way out. This is like a section you walk out. And then what you're going to do is... I don't think there's any collectible, any hidden items over here, so you don't really have to worry about that. There's been a ladder there the whole time? What? Hold on. I don't think I've ever noticed this ladder. Where does it go? I was like going the other way. And that enemy, the enemy really wanted me. So this jump could be a little bit scary, but you should be fine. And then when you make it, you're just gonna, I believe, just walk off and you should be fine. Yep, walk off. Right here is just a safer way to drop down, bam, and you're good. There's a few enemies in this area, including one that buffs. Just kill the enemies in here first so they don't ambush you. And once you go for that chest, there's going to be a group of enemies. Actually, they're kind of making their way down here anyway, so it doesn't really matter, I guess. And that guy makes it, throw a Molotov at him, so I just get some chip damage. Grab that. Gotta wonder, is that supposed to be like the first one of those you find? No, the red gem is. Oh, and I think I forgot about the gold pendant. The gold pendant also is a gem. I totally forgot. My bad. So, a rifle spear, which is a really cool weapon. I will show you guys that. And we'll show you right now. So the rifle spear is a bit unique. It is one form, it's just a spear, long range, good skill. And then when transformed, it shoots. No, when it transforms, it does actually shoot. It's a gun-based weapon. It's a pretty cool, unique weapon that is half gun, half weapon. That has good fire resist. You know what sucks is I won't be able to test it out. Actually, I can. There's enemies we could fight. Let's go back this way and test it on some of those lowly enemies. Just so I have more Quicksilver. Ow! So just mostly thrust. And then when transformed, it has good reach. And its R2 is pretty good because it actually gets you to move forward a little bit. This weapon was actually pretty broken before they patched it. It was able to be imbued with these gems that made it super hard hitting. Like, the gun attack that I showed you that did like no damage, that's mostly because my blood tinge is pretty low. It did thousands of damage. It was just extremely, extremely mean. So yeah, if you're thinking like, oh, you're doing a blood tinge skill build, then that means you're definitely going to be using this weapon. I'm not. It's not that good of a weapon, to be honest. It really is kind of average at best, in my opinion. Especially after that buff, or nerf, I mean. Don't get me wrong, it's a cool weapon. I like the concept of being a gun weapon, but besides that, like... I'm going to be sticking with other weapons. So... with all that cleared out, I'm pretty much done this episode. So I'm going to head back to Hunter's Dream and show you what you could buy with your newly acquired powder keg badge, which, if I'm not mistaken, one of the items is something I really, really want. So, oh, I can't buy it yet. Oh, that sucks. We do have access to a new version of a Molotov cocktail. It's kind of weird because I don't think you could actually find this in the overworld. So it's one of the few items you can only buy. You can only get by buying. It's pretty cool, but I prefer this. This just lets you throw it behind you, and it's not really useful unless you need to clear a mob. For weapons, you get access to the stake driver and the rifle spear, which we have already, which we got in the world. Sorry. Weird hiccups. The stick driver isn't the greatest weapon. It's like super short range. It hits hard, but like you'd have to get really close to the enemy to do anything. It's not worth that. So don't even really use it. But I heard it hurts like a truck. Like it's pretty good in that way. But I was personally hoping for something else. Yeah, we don't have it yet. We could buy that set, but I don't really want to waste any of my insight on that. So an upcoming enemy we need to fight is pretty weak to fire paper, and we don't really have any, which kind of sucks. I think we do get a little bit more later, a little bit more. There's still quite a board, like another half, I believe. Actually, a little less, probably. I'd say like 35, 40-ish% left. And that's kind of high-ish, but more of the Old Yharnam to explore. So in the next episode, we'll finish that section out and fight the boss. And with that, thanks for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.